Welcome back, everyone, to Barber News. Glad to see you here again. Now, I hope you caught yesterday's video. It might have stirred the pot a little. Yeah, we dropped some truth bombs, and let's be honest, not everyone was ready for that. But hey, the show must go on, right? Here's the deal. We're all about the facts here. No sugarcoating. If keeping it real is what you want, hit that comment section and let me know. Let's get into today's story. Today, we've got a proud moment to celebrate for TPOB because guess what? The Magic Clip might somehow still be holding that #1 spot as the best-selling clipper, but right behind it, taking second place, is the mighty TPOB Play Clipper. Now, let's be real here. If the Play had dropped a little earlier, there's no doubt it would have taken that #1 crown. I mean, come on. The Magic Clip has had nearly 10 years to dominate. The fact that the Play is already this close just shows how next level it really is. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. While some other brands are clearly sinking, it's crystal clear who the real competition is. Don't let the big-name barbers fool you with their little made-up stories. They can say what they want, but the stats? They don't lie. What's even funnier is watching those celebrity barbers try to throw shade at TPOB. Honestly, it's just embarrassing at this point. Instead of being grown enough to admit that greatness is greatness, they're out here spreading nonsense just to stay relevant. Watching them twist themselves into knots? It's pure entertainment. Bottom line, TPOB isn't just playing the game, they're changing it. The Play Clipper is proof of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know the USA stores sold out crazy fast for the Play Trimmers and they will be fully available really soon. I wonder if the Play Trimmer could be at the top next year. We will soon find out. TPOB is coming into 2025 with a bang and we are not even nearly done. A lot more to be released, and when I say big surprises, you have no idea what's dropping later in the year, but we can't be greedy, or can we? Check out this tiny little teaser clip from the great Dr. Barber showcasing what the Play Trimmer is all about. Look at that, it's a real beauty. If you have the Play Clipper, imagine these two side by side. It's like Jay-Z and Beyonce of barbering tools. Oh, where are my manners? I know what you're waiting for. Play it.
Oh, crying. I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. Do the most crying in history. Power ain't go show up. This camera clippers blow up. It's bossy or crying. 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 Bossy or crying.
So, let's talk about the Wahl Vapor. Wasn't this clipper supposed to be the next big thing? Like, I remember all the hype around it. This was the clipper that was supposed to take over the world, right? I heard Wahl spent a crazy amount of money on those super polished promo videos and even handed out over 200 free units to ambassadors. And yet, it flopped. Hard. It's like it disappeared before it even hit the shelves properly. Here's the wild part. Didn't some YouTubers actually prove it was just a dog clipper with a different blade slapped on it? And then, to make things worse, you could find it online for just $50. It's like, no matter how big your brand name is, quality is all that matters now. And honestly, the Vapor just didn't tick the boxes. The price? Way too high for what it was, especially for Wahl. And once it got exposed as being more of a gimmick than a game changer, before it was even fully released, there was no coming back. Barbers are so much more educated now. You can't just throw a name on something and expect people to fall for it. So what do you think? Was the Wahl Vapor a flop? To me, it feels like they tried to sell the sizzle without the steak, and people just weren't having it. Let me know your thoughts, because this is one clipper people won't be talking about in years to come. Join me now as we have a man who claims to be a clipper expert. He was famous for the Morono tweezers he invented and wearing a welding mask at barber shows to pretend to look like he knew what he was doing. It's your boy Morono.
Thanks so much for having me on. I am getting paid for this, right?
Yeah, sure, I'll pay you a couple of bucks. Don't worry about it. So what's your thoughts on the barbering world lately? You haven't been too busy. Some said you fell off after the Coco thing.
Listen, I'm not here to discuss anything about Coco, all right? All I know is they're being sued by another clipper brand, and that's all I'll say on the matter. But what I will talk about is the Wahl Vapor, and let's be honest, it was a huge flop. Here's the thing I've realized recently. As a free agent, I need to be more open and honest about the barbering world, especially when it comes to blades and products. My opinion matters. It really does. I'm not just some random voice out here. I'm a big deal in barbering, and with that comes responsibility. People need to know where I stand, and I'm here to give you the truth. No sugarcoating. Oh, and by the way, if you're in the market for a top-tier tweezers, I've got one for sale on my website. It's next level. Just putting that out there. Now let's address something important. A lot of these so-called barber influencers will say anything for $1 or $2. They'll push products they don't even believe in just to get paid. Not me. I'm loyal to myself and my followers. You can't buy me. Well, okay, maybe you could for the right price, but that's not the point. The real point is this. I'm a genius. I've contributed more to barbering than most of these people combined. I'm one of the best blade inventors in the history of this industry, and it's about time people put some respect on my name. Barbering isn't just a craft for me, it's a legacy. And as long as I'm here, I'll keep telling the truth no matter what.
Oh, brother, remind me never to bring you on again. Your voice makes me need to nap. Please tell me we have someone else we can get on the line. That guy was seriously sending me into a deep coma. Okay, so we do have one guy available. He is known for stretching his stories, but let's get him on. Caller, you're live. What's going on?
How you doing, mate? Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I could do with the money this time of year being Christmas. All my money is tied up offshore at the moment.
You have had a really interesting career, it says in my notes. I find it hard to believe this, but can you go through it with me a bit and tell me about yourself?
Alright, so let me tell you how I ended up working for Wahl. It's a wild story. See, back in the day, I was already doing pretty well for myself, millionaire status and all, but I was bored. I needed something to do to get me out of the house. That's when Wahl came knocking, asking if I'd help them break into the Chinese market. Now, I wasn't just there to help. I basically built the brand in China. And here's where it gets clever. It was my idea to slap Made in America on the boxes. Genius, right? People were fooled into thinking Wahl was 100% American made. That little move worked like magic and the brand took off globally. Speaking of magic, yeah, the magic clip. That was me. The senior too. I designed those. But did I take any money or credit? Nah. I wasn't in it for the cash. I was just looking for something to keep me busy. It was more like a passion project, you know. Plus I had a bunch of side quests going on at the time, so I didn't need the recognition. And don't think it's just Wahl that wanted me. All the big brands have tried to get me on board. Even TPOB has been begging me to run their company. But I told them straight up they couldn't afford me. The thing is, I've been juggling a lot lately. Between running clippers and being a barbering genius, I've also been doing some Secret Service work for Donald Trump. Yeah, you heard that right. I've been handling negotiations between the US and Russia. It's high-stakes stuff, but someone's got to do it. And yet, despite all that, I still make time to cut hair in my wooden shed on the weekends. Can't let my loyal customers down. They've been with me from the start. So yeah, that's how I keep busy. Boredom isn't an option when you're me.
What's crazy is some of that story is probably legit. Look, if you're up to the challenge and you want to come on Barber News and give your opinion, please comment, reach out. Don't be afraid, I will make it happen. Don't forget to use code TOADLIQUOR for a huge discount on TPOBUSA.com, and I will catch you all on the next episode. Keep your eyes on the Pissed Off Barber's Instagram for the latest offers and announcements. I'm Toad, and I am out. Peace.